Well, I feel like, in general, just a regular guy, living my life. I'd spend my time doing collage art on my spare time, and I work full time as a teacher. I don't know. I feel like most of the time I just think I'm just a regular guy, and if people could separate that from me being trans, and realize that trans people are just regular people, that would be great. I also like to play video games and read, and I love my animals. And I've been married for 6 years now, so yeah.
One thing that I want people to know about me is that, just like them, I'm a person too. Even if I look a little bit different or if my needs are a little bit different, I'm still a person, and I still need the same rights that everybody else does. Whether it is being able to use my preferred name or pronouns, or have the same access to healthcare that everybody else does.
It wasn't until I was 32 and I saw Laverne Cox in a TV show, and I was like, oh, wait a second. That's resonating with me, and it was kind of like this moment where I woke up. And it was scary because I realized this was something that resonated and felt true to who I was, but I spent 32 years living a very different life. And so while it was scary, it was also incredibly empowering and incredibly freeing to finally see myself and see why I felt the way I did all my entire life.
Well, I transitioned late in life, and I will tell them that as soon as you possibly can, and as soon as you need to do it, do it. Keeping in mind that safety should be number one, and not always in safe spaces, but if you're supported, go for it, because I spent 60 years living a life that wasn't really mine. I mean, I was an observer to everything. I was like tethered with an umbilical cord to everything that was happening, but I never felt it was me in a sense. And now every moment I live, it is so much more alive. So just being true to yourself and living authentically, best thing in the world you can do. And it'll be tough, it'll be hard, but find yourself just one good friend, or as many as you can find, that'll help support you and bring you through, make a world of difference. And it's worth the trip. I mean, no matter how hard to struggle, life is going to be tough anyway. So you might as well have it being tough in the person that you are, instead of, living this shell.
I want people to know that one outfit doesn't fit everyone. We are all created equally, and we've all been put on this planet to do our own good. I believe I am man and woman. I'm a woman's body and a man inside, with some woman feelings too. My passion is to bring awareness to things. My main one is the MMIW, the More Missing Indigenous Women. And by doing that, now I have moved more into the transgender, non-binary, two-spirit advocacy, because what the laws are doing right now are trying to take all that away again. They've already taken my people and put us on reservations. They've taken our way of life away. Now they're trying to do that to the two-spirits, to the LGBTQ+, and it's not right. Who's next?
I just didn't feel like myself. Like I felt like I was trapped in some kind of shell or something. That wasn't my body, or wasn't my voice, or people would see me as not who I wanted to be seen, and it was just very hard to be social at all. It was really hard in the beginning because no one really knew how to act around me, I guess. They all just thought it was some kind of weird thing or uncomfortable thing, and they wouldn't talk to me about it or ask me questions, either because they were uncomfortable or they didn't want to make me uncomfortable. It just seemed like everyone was walking on eggshells around me or something. So usually people just wouldn't talk to me at all because they didn't know how to. So I lost a lot of friends when I came out. And a lot of people told me they didn't agree with me or called me names. So I lost a lot of things that way too. It was just annoying for a really long time. I hear my voice and it just makes me want to talk even more. Unlike it used to. When I would talk, I would just get really mad because it didn't sound the way I wanted to. I even tried speech therapy and stuff like that, and it never gave me the results that I wanted. So it's really a life changer for me. It's gained me a lot of self-confidence, and I'm able to go about my day-to-day sometimes without even realizing or remembering that I'm trans. And I just feel like a normal guy, and it's really nice.
What I love about Idaho, funnily enough, it's the queer community here. The queer community here is so close, it's so tightly knit. Everyone here seems to know everyone. There's so much love in the community. The mutual aid aspect of the trans collective has really taken off. There's so many different support networks of just individuals who are friends with each other, helping each other out because they love one another. They're community members. It's the only strength we have is strength in numbers. And that's so important, and it's so beautiful, specifically here in Idaho and other states that are hostile, like Florida or Texas. The community aspect is just my favorite part.
Yeah, I hope to work in the healthcare field when I'm older, which I guess isn't too far away. I think one of the ways that I'm trying to not like come across as braggy, but like I could be an asset to the field in that I can provide a mutual understanding and a safe space for queer patients or neurodivergent patients, disabled patients, because I have that identity or maybe a similar experience. And I think that it's so important to have people, especially in healthcare, who have that competency and that empathy.
So I identify as like a spiritual drag artist as well. And so I do drag, but a lot of my drag comes from a spiritual place. One of the things I love about drag and the drag I do, I'm almost always covered in rhinestones. I'm just sparkly as heck, and I always love people light up when they see me. And that to me is just like, that's giving life to somebody. The intention of my drag is to lift the people around me as well as myself. We don't always feel full of life and happy, and I could be covered in rhinestones and not be feeling great. And then people have a reaction to me being in drag, and then that lifts my spirits, which lifts their spirits. And it's just like this, it's almost a way of manufacturing joy for myself and the people around me. I think joy is something that's within us and can never be taken away, which is all spiritual, stuff or whatever. But it does take a lot for us to release joy. I think joy is probably one of the most vulnerable emotions that we have. And so it takes the right environment and the right situation to really, I think, let joy out. And so I can be challenged by that, being a trans person in the world, with feeling safe enough anywhere to let that joy out. And so my drag is one way that really helps me to do that.